Hello. I've always got a sore throat when I start these. I don't know why. Must be because I've got a sore throat. Anyway, I've got loads of things in my head. I've written a poem, which I'll read in a minute. I know the word's not written. I'm Bender Scum, I'm allowed to say things like that. But I've got all sorts of stuff in my head. I went to Parliament on Friday. My poem's a bit about that, I guess, pretty much. And what it's all about, hold on. I need to read something. I'll put my glasses on because I can't actually see. Oh yeah, there we go. Right. In the poem it mentions legalise, but this is what I actually believe in, decriminalise. And the dictionary definition of decriminalise is to cease to treat, brackets, something as illegal or as a criminal offence. Right, so that something can be a concept. I suppose a concept can be illegal, I'm sure it can. A person or an object. So decriminalise. That doesn't stop anybody making money on it. I'm not averse to people making money. People need to make money. It's not my thing. You know, if anyone knows me, they know how me and money get on really well. I don't really care about the stuff. It's just something that somebody else made up anyway. What else have I been thinking? Oh yeah, George Orwell, 1984. I know it's not 1984, it's way past that. But hey, in George Orwell, what does it say? What is it in 1984? It says, war is peace. Freedom is slavery. And ignorance is strength. Okay, so this is what our government's policy is. War is peace. Right? It's peaceful for them when there's a war on the common people, us. Okay? Or if they send us to war, it's more peaceful because there won't be any of us outside lobbying and annoying them. Right? Freedom is slavery. I have a sort of freedom that people don't get. I'm just free. I do what I do. I'm not beholden to anybody. And if I think something's appropriate, I do it. I don't give a fuck if it's illegal or not. I'm not pushed into doing something that I don't believe in. That's that bit. So freedom is slavery. Well, everybody goes to work, don't they? And they work and work and work until they're fucking 65, and now it's something, I think it's, for me it's 66, and then it's going to be 67 and 70, until eventually, you know, you'll go to work until you fucking die. So freedom is slavery. The sort of freedom that people believe they have is slavery. And ignorance is strength. Yeah, of course it is. Our ignorance is their strength. Anyway, that's by the by. What's that all got to do with? Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so, okay, I went to Parliament. And here's my poem. We went along to Parliament, which is something I often do, because they're calling cannabis a dangerous drug, which we all know just isn't true. To be fair, there were not many of us, our numbers were very few. We need a much bigger impact to hit the mainstream news. Jeff Ditchfield was there, as always, and offered the cops some cake. And the look on the face of the copper, there was something you just couldn't fake. Jeff lit a spliff, and suddenly there were more of them coppers around. One of them said, "You are detained," then arrested after searching his bag. What they found, a syringe of oil that will then be deprived from another child illegally alive. Jeff said the oil was the medicine for a child of a senior cop. They tried to remain non-committal and bet they wanted the filming to stop. When they told him they had no interest in that, I thought it was quite abrupt. And at the time of the arrest was exactly 4:20. You couldn't make this shit up. It was carried away. It was carried out in an amicable way, not like when you get grassed. They smash it down your door in the dead of the night. In present days, not just the past. But back to the Houses of Parliament and the filming of Jeff's arrest. The police and told the camera crew off and thought they were just a pest. Then they waited for some transport to take Jeff away. It wasn't very professional, I really have to say. Instead of parking very close, they parked across the street. Then they led Jeff up to the pedestrian crossing. It wasn't very neat. Of course, inside the building, the one we did not get in, the politicians were doing what they always do, filibustering. They probably didn't do it to the bill we were there in support of. At 180th in the list, it's unlikely it even got thought of. They think they are special and we're all inferior. To follow the will of the people was never their criteria. They're not there to protect us or to care about our health. They're there to line their pockets and increase their vast wealth. We were there for one simple reason, of which you know, I'm sure. Children like Murray need cannabis meds, as do thousands more. We heard passers-by talk about the arrest and how our law is so unjust. We need to do something to end all this pain. This isn't a maybe, it's a must. So it seems time for mass disobedience over this draconian law. Thousands and thousands sparking up outside that Parliament door. There's not much they could do with that size of crew, but outside this time we were only we few. So we need to do something, and it needs to be soon. Or the words legalise it just remain a nice tune.